Funding was brought to you by Will, who helped me invest in the headset that I'm using to record my audio and voiceover. This video was brought to you by Jack Stein, just so I could make a science fair experiment better than his, and also so I can laugh in his face. Hello everybody, my name is Yared Sahle, and the problem question for this science fair experiment was, does your gaming equipment, your keyboard, controller, impact how well you perform in your video games? My hypothesis was that if I change my gaming equipment, then I will perform better in my video games because the different types of gaming equipment impact my coordination. In this experiment, I tested 3 different games, each using the keyboard and Xbox controller for 15 minutes each. I tested them on The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the game of course, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, and Batman Arkham Knight. The variables, or the independent ones, are the gaming equipment, your keyboard and mouse, and the Xbox controller that you're going to use in the experiment. The dependent variables are performance, or how well you play the game. This is a procedure or steps I did for this experiment. Step 1. Gather the materials or items you need for the experiment. A decent gaming computer or console. These are required in order to play the game. A keyboard and mouse, an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One controller. A PS4 controller will do just fine if you can connect it. You will need at least 3 different types of games. I chose Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, Batman Arkham Knight, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The game. Step 2. Choose a game and play it for 10 to 15 minutes with the mouse and keyboard. Step 3. Record how much you leveled up. This is a game's way of showing your experience or how well you played. Step 4. Repeat steps 2 to 3 with your next 2 games. Step 5. Repeat steps 2 through 3 with the Xbox controller. The conclusion I had after finishing the experiment was, does your game equipment impact how well you are in your video games? My hypothesis was that 3 different types of gaming equipment impact your coordination. The results indicate that my hypothesis was correct. Coordination is impacted by the gaming equipment used because each game I played required different skills, and the gaming equipment I used sometimes helped me harness those skills better. I conclude that the keyboard and mouse were more useful because the score, or XP, mean I got was greater than the Xbox controller. I will put the mean in the description below of the video. Another thing in the set of procedures, for those of you who want to replicate my experiment on your computer, what you're going to want to do is make sure you have the minimum requirements in order to play these games. So what you're going to want to do is go here to File Explorer, or another alternative option is to click the Windows key right here and type File, and you're going to see this pop up right here, File Explorer. You're going to click that, and you're going to click this PC here, and then you're going to right click it and click on Properties, and make sure you have the minimum requirements for the game. In this situation, you're going to need an Intel Core Ion 3000, and for video or output, you're going to need a minimum of a GTX 650, a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 650. Just a heads up.